So this is the back end of Porter Square. I don't even know what you call this thing. It's just Porter Square. And Porter Square is really just a big, large parking lot with the Shaws and the Healthworks and the CVS, a bunch of little stores. Anyway, those two hotels are down there at the other end of that parking lot. And now we're on Elm Street, and we're heading towards, well, this is the route I take when I go to the Cambridge Hackspace or my studio upstairs. And I figure I'll take some video here. Because it's interesting whenever you look at a map or someplace, sort of like, you know, put it in perspective where it's at, where it is relative to everywhere else. And hopefully this will give you a bigger idea of relative to everything else where we are. We're sort of running along Somerville Ave, which is where the camera's pointed, and they both diverge up here. In fact, you can go down this street to get on Somerville Ave, where you can make the turn for Beacon, or New Hampshire. I think it's Beacon up here. And also, there's a street, Oxford, I think, you can take down to Harvard. But we're still on Elm, and we're most definitely in Somerville now. And we're now coming up to Somerville Ave. And I want to, another thing that I think would be helpful about this is, you know, in one of the comments in Boston that I had with somebody, I called this area crappy, and he said, I wouldn't call it crappy. It's you know, and I agree with him. It's not crappy. I mean, it's crappy relative to Fifth Avenue, New York. Though I don't know whether it's crappy now relative to anything in the world the way things are going. Here's a car wash, which is always very busy. So in Somerville, there's a car wash here, and then there's a strange gas station here, which now just fixes cars. There used to be like a bike Duveen. I don't know if they're there anymore though. I never knew what they do. But yeah, look at this thing. See, I mean, sorry, but that's like, I don't want to say that word, but you know what I'm thinking. It's just a weird avenue. And I don't know what's in this building here. And then you look above. And there's the fire station. It's rare that the fire truck is out, but there it is. And right here, on the right here, is an underpass, because the train tracks go to the right, so you can go under the train tracks right there to get on the other side of, go towards Cambridge. And as I mentioned, this is that issue of the train track. Another thing that's spruced up this neighborhood is Forge Bakery, which is really nice. It's a high-end bakery, and that's gone in there. So, you know, I'm trying to point out more of the positive stuff in this video. It's a paint night place. City Slickers is pretty cool. See, they've redone this building. That's nice. There's a cafe right there. It's closed. Here's that park I was telling you about. Again, it's pretty weird on this end, but it wouldn't take much to make it nice. And this is a nice park. This is a very nice park. And I just looked it up, so a friend sent me a link. They are working on it. They're getting $3 million from the EPA to clean it up. So this is happening. I get what they're doing. They just wanted to get money from the government, which they should. Why should Somerville pay for it themselves if they can get money from the EPA, the federal government, which they did. So good. And there we see the Cambria Hotel being built. The trains and the cranes in motion. There's a better view of the China Delight. So I hope this gives you a better idea of what, of putting where this hotel is in perspective relative to what I was showing you, the back end of Porter, and why Somerville Ave is a weird street. But I like it. I want to make that clear. I was joking in the last video, but I love this little neighborhood. In fact, there's a florist right down here, and I remember when he opened 4 years ago, I thought, he's crazy. There's no way he's going to make it here. Yet he's been very successful. This great guy, Wagner, florist. We'll drive by there in a second. And they redid this building too, which is very nice. C.C. Wagner floral design, great place. Also, by the way, I got my hair cut across the street here. Another Brazilian, Carlos Hair Salon, great place. There's a really interesting luthier, guitars right there. Little craft shop there. Here's that little space I was saying that was empty too, just like the place at 515. And here now we reach, well, this is a storage place, but I could see one day Greentown Labs taking it over, and here's a Greentown Labs building. And there's a really cool vegetarian pizza right here. So and there's a yoga studio right here. Oh, we just passed my studio. You can just see it down the alley. And there's Market Basket. So yeah, I mean, if I was going to put somebody up in a hotel, I would definitely, I wouldn't say the Cambria that's going to be here would be a bad hotel. This is a very cool area. We haven't even hit Union Square yet, but it's not an area for people that really like, want Tiffany fancy type stuff. Here we are, Market Basket. So this is how I get into to get to the parking to the building that I'm in. The building I'm in is not on the road. Well, it's right there. There's the building. But it butts a graveyard, which means they really can't do much to this building for whatever legal, complex social reasons. So the entrance to the building I'm in is here. That car is for the little India guy. He's one of my neighbors. It's the entrance. So I'm parked right here. And this is this is where I park to go to my studio or the Cambridge Hackspace, which is well, where is this? Right up there. Can you see that? Cambridge Hackspace. Market Basket. Well, right here is the side of it. And as I explained, here's the building. Now this building here used to be, well, this whole area was part of the American Tube Works of the 1800s. So when Cambridge and Somerville and these areas were first growing like wildfire in the 1800s, they needed tons of brass pipe for their plumbing, for water and sewer or whatever. And all that stuff was made in this area, most of it probably. Probably even in my apartment, I'm using pipes that were made in this place. And this was a tool and die works of the American Tube Company. So it's fitting that it's now the Cambridge Hackspace is now in it, which is right over here. And this is how I first started coming to this area. I'm a member of the Hackspace, obviously. He was even a treasurer for a while. Okay, so again, this whole area, and this is so we're going to walk down now towards Greentown Labs. Now these plants just started to appear like last week, what's that say down there? Oh, Summer Nova. So Summer Nova is putting that. And I want to say another plus here. Summer Nova is definitely making a big effort to make this like an innovation hub for energy, small companies, whatever. There are a lot of good people working on this. And I forget the name of the company that just took this over. It's in my bag. But they do like how to store energy. And this is the Greentown Labs building. So in the back, you can go through this thing, and they have some big machinery or whatever, some big like lab space back there. They have all these charging stations for electric cars. Oh, somebody moved my sign. So I put the sign here because I'm sick. At the Hackspace, we pay for this dumpster over here. And, oh, see, somebody didn't lock it properly. And now people stuck stuff in it. So I'm going to have to go start sending some angry emails that are pointless. I did this sign because people kept, anyway. This is a back entrance to our building. That's Boss Organ, which Tyler runs. He's a really cool guy. Okay, so back to Greentown Labs. And so the menu office is up there. Oh, here's Paul, the woodworker. There's an advertising creative company up there. There's a letterpress also in the front. Anyway, so here we are on Somerville Avenue. And 515 is right, well, you see it's right up there. Oh, let's do the zoom again. So 515 Somerville is right up there. You can see the crane. And you see the nice bike lane here. And this is Greentown Labs. I'm not going to walk down to one of, because I do want to go through some semi-negative, well, challenges I'd like to say about this area. Union Square is down there. That would take a whole separate video. But this is the graveyard. But it's never open. I mean, it hasn't been open for years. I mean, they open it like twice a week or whatever. And of course, the reason it's not open is the homeless. And there's not a tremendous amount of homeless, but if this was open, they'd be on the benches here. And this is an issue that's not huge, not compared to California or Portland or whatever, but it's big, and I think with the pandemics it's gonna get a lot larger. But to me, it's a real negative here that this isn't open all the time. There are many times I've wanted to just come here and just go sit at one of those benches for lunch. So there's my building, by the way. Well, not my building, but this is where the hack space is, and my studio's upstairs. So I was driving down Walden, and I saw these in the garbage. And I kept going, and all of a sudden I told my wife, I said, oh wait, these are LED T8 tubes. So I thought, oh, the person might have bought them, not realizing that there's some types that work with ballast, some that need direct. These are directs. So I didn't know that when I saw them. Anyway, I threw them in the car, and they are direct power, so they won't work in a ballast enclosure. So I'm taking them to Hackspace here to wire them up. Power one of them up to see if they work. Who knows, maybe the person tried them, I don't know. But then again, this is one of the great things about this area. And here we are, into the hack space we go. It's our electronics section. I'll just dump this stuff right here. And turn on the light. Now I need to tell Ed and the guys that that thing is not working. Okay, well, I'm going to go through all these. We have a whole bunch of old, some people generally join the hack space, myself included, and I have stuff from my hobby or whatever they don't use. I just bring it here and just leave it here. So various members will all donate stuff, and the stuff just piles up. But it's great for stuff like this. For instance, this is lead lighting that Gil left us, but he's back in Israel now. So I might go through that. So I bet I can find some sort of connector that will work with this thing right here. Okay, I'm now leaving the hack space. Nice plants they put along here. Back of Greentown Labs. What's the name of this place again? That's right, Form Energy. So Form Energy is going to this building. I've already forgotten what it used to be, and this is the storage. And this is the original Greentown Labs right over here. I mean, they're still there. The aqua submarine boat, whatever research thing is there, still there. Okay. This is Dane Street. Well, I get that green light. And we're coming up here to Somerville. Making a left, and now we're coming back the way we came before. Up here, oh yeah, that's St. Anthony's, by the way. point that out. It's the hair cutter I love. Here's the construction site. You can see they are still busting a move on this thing. Look at them. Must be like 50 guys out there. Wow, they're hauling butt on that thing. Okay, so I've never been in China Delight over here. One day I'll have to go. Oh, and this is like Park Street. You go down that street sort of to get to Harvard. Though there's no direct way to get to Harvard from here. I need to point that out again. Well, I mean, you can walk, but you have to zigzag through these residential neighborhoods. If you drive, you have to sort of, you know, zigzag again. Not directly, but you can get there. You can, it's a tack, like in sailing. There's that patisserie that just opened about 2 years ago, but obviously with COVID, it's closed down. And Forge Bakery, it's very cool. It's like Diesel in Davis. There's the Hertz. And actually, usually I go down here. When we came before, that's Elm Street. I came down Elm Street. But I'm going to now go, instead of going down Elm Street, I'm going to continue down Somerville to the end until we reach Mass Ave. There's a Starbucks and a Subway over there. There's my favorite hotel that I don't believe will ever be finished. It actually looks like they are really starting to get somewhere with it. Like the back end looks good. That's great. So anyway. I should find out what the name of that hotel is going to be. Please, oh yeah, this is probably construction here. It's a state trooper. Anyway, that's Leslie, the back of the Sears building. It used to be Sears, it's now Leslie. These are train tracks here. I don't know what they're doing here. Should look that up. Anyway, this is Massachusetts Avenue up ahead, and this is Porter Square itself. And, you know, again, getting back to the guy's comment about Union Square not being whatever that word was, you can see there's stores over there in Porter Square that are pretty sketchy. So, you know, Cambridge, especially North Cambridge, is not fully, I don't know what you want to call it, gentrified or whatever, anywhere. So, it's all still being developed. Okay, so I'm up here in Davis Square to get some stuff at the Be Fresh supermarket. And I'm at 20 minutes of the Cambria Hotel edit. The good things about it, the stuff that's within like a mile or two. And I realized I could do the video for an hour or two. There's so much stuff. So here I am in Davis Square. So this is Elm Street. This is what I was driving down before, though I started up there. But anyway, if you walk down here about a half a mile, you hit Somerville and then you make a left. So the Cambria Hotel is probably like 1.2 miles from here. It's, you know, it's not a short walk, but it's definitely a walk I would do when I was younger. I do it today. Actually, I do it all the time. And this is Davis Square, and there's tons of stuff here that you can come from the Cambria Hotel and go to restaurants. I'm not going to go up here. These buildings actually go back very far, and there's a whole other line of this stuff on the street behind it, which is Highland. So yeah, I just want to point out that Davis Square here, 7-minute Uber ride, Lyft ride, and you can come in here and there's all kinds of restaurants. There's a really cool barbecue place right here called Red Bones. So you can go to Red Bones. Just tons of stuff. Oops, probably getting a lot of wind.